Okay, so quick warning for you all before I start this video. I'm going to be going to big spoilers in this. There's a lot that happens in this episode. It's going to be a lot of references, and there's going to be a certain scene where two characters meet. So if you have not watched the episode yet, please come back here later. That, folks, is what you call good luck. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is me, Brother24. Today, you know what time it is. It's that time again. And it's not one of those times where I do some gaming stuff or some reaction stuff. No, not that. I am going to be doing a review video. Yes, sir. Besides, I haven't done one in a while. I've been doing everything else but doing a review video. So I thought it would be refreshing. Today's subject today is going to be very special. We have finally gotten the SpongeBob episode we've been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. It is SpongeBob and Patrick's Timeline Twist-Up. This is the episode where we explore a lot of nostalgia that SpongeBob had during its first 3 seasons, and I gotta tell ya, it was pretty good. Did y'all expect me to say it was amazing, considering that it was a big special and it was what y'all have been waiting for SpongeBob for so long? Well, you guys might think, you think it's good, which is fine, I know. But it could have gone out a little bit more, We were just kind of exploring like classic episodes, which is great, but it could have gone out a little bit more. But yeah. So what is SpongeBob and Patrick's Timeline Twist-Up all about? Well, it starts off with SpongeBob and Patrick going on a deep, nice cruise through the river, relaxing and all that stuff until they hit a waterfall. And it turns out it was a carnival ride. And somehow they got hurt by it. Man, it's always that SpongeBob and Patrick always go into dangerous rides. Like, not in every single episode, but whenever I see an episode like SpongeBob and Patrick go to a carnival, and especially like the roller coaster and stuff, they end up getting hurt a lot. This is why I don't like roller coasters personally, because I don't want to be like them. But it doesn't really happen often, so you don't have to worry. But anyways, after they finish going to the carnival, they take a picture and put it in their scrapbook for their memories. Keep an eye on that. Next, they go home and they look at their scrap book and take a look at all the memories that SpongeBob and Patrick have been through. But there's one problem though with that. It's Patrick's family. Oh boy, what could Patrick's family be doing now? What possibly can be the dumb things that this idiotic family can do? Well, it's their freaking time machine. Patrick's time machine goes a little worry, if I'm using the correct word, and apparently they're sending a lot of Patrick's family. If you don't know, Patrick's family is basically the characters from the Patrick Star Show, and it's up to SpongeBob and Patrick to recover all of their memories before something happens to it by Patrick's family. So we head on over to Patrick's house, but first, you know what that means. Goofy Goober time, baby! They have a couple of ice creams and stuff. Although, I would really like to see SpongeBob and Patrick get drunk like they did in the movie, because that would have been way funny and would have amped up the comedy. I would just like to see them drunk, going to Patrick's house after eating all that ice cream though. But I don't know. But yeah, I like the Google reference. It's pretty good. So they head over to Patrick's house and they investigate whether Patrick's family is there. And surprise, surprise, nobody's there. They had to look all around. They had to play detective. If you saw in the show. In the spinoff, not the main show, Patrick was pretending to be this detective guy who would search for clues and everything, which kind of does. I don't know. I won't really watch the show. They sneak onto Patrick, but before the time machine can catch them, Squidina, who was also in the Patrick Star Show, catches them right in time before they get trapped in the time travel machine. And then we see all of Patrick's family get trapped into this time machine thing because of what they were doing. And yeah, I guess you could say that this time machine is like pretty crazy, right? I mean, is there some way that SpongeBob and Patrick could like fix it and stuff and don't be all frizzly again? Well, about to see that in a moment, but let me just finish this little concept so we can see that. Anyways, Patrick's family gets trapped, and then there are nowhere in the house, and SpongeBob and Patrick decide that we should go help them and recover all of the stolen memories that were affected by Patrick's family. So they got Squidina as well later. She was the last one to get caught. And then SpongeBob and Patrick try to distract this time machine thing from going crazy by putting up a show for it. And I love this part where instead of the time machine like laughing, like being the metamorphic object, they will have like a freaking old cartoon laughing like if you watch a show, right, you watch all the old cartoons from the 30s, they laugh. They actually laugh. That is honestly a pretty good in-joke, if I say so myself, because again, this is based on nostalgia. If you want to have nostalgia, you can't just really have like the SpongeBob episodes beat there. You kind of have to, celebrate every single generation's cartoons, and that's a good joke right there. Honestly, I did not expect it to do that. I thought they were gonna have the door speak or not speak. I thought it was gonna be like metamorphic, but nope, it's not. So that's pretty funny right there. I did not know they were gonna do that. Pretty clever. So SpongeBob and Patrick are able to get the time machine, destroy its craziness, and try to fix it back up on the wall. And once they do that, they get ready to get all of Patrick's family that was trapped in there and go to time travel. And this part is where it gets good. Like when we see the time traveling sequence, we could see a lot of the classic episodes that were from the first season. I don't think any other episode was from any other season. I think this is just this one season from the beginning of the show, season 1, I think. So the first person that is going to be rescued is Squidina, who is trapped in rock bottom. And then we get like several classic lines from SpongeBob for like at least like a minute or two, and then we see Squidina appear after SpongeBob and Patrick are dropped off by the bus, and honestly, I'm kind of conflicted though. Like, not from the sequence itself. The sequence is great, but how does old SpongeBob and old Patrick know Squidina? If they know Squidina, and Squidina knows the old Patrick and SpongeBob, was Squidina a prototype character or something that didn't even make it to the show, but got to the sequel? I don't really know, man. I mean, time traveling is very complex, and story-wise, I don't know how they know Squidina. I mean, I know that the new and old SpongeBob know Squidina, but don't the old ones know Squidina, or how did they know Squid? Yeah, I'm getting kind of confused. Anyways, we're not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna move on. Anyways, Squidina is meeting old SpongeBob and old Patrick, which is great considering that we never seen that before in the show. We get to see new characters interact with the old characters, which is a very interesting concept. Squidina finds a bus schedule so he could get out of Rock Bottom, and then you see all of the atmosphere, those little bathroom things that Patrick can't tell which ones were the you know those freaking bathroom gender things. I don't know. Don't want to like get a conflict on my head too hard. So a big spider comes out, which is pretty creepy, and I think that was from that spider before. I don't really know, but there was some episode like season 10 or 11 where that spider appears. I don't really know. But after that, Squidina misses the bus. Patrick and SpongeBob they were taken, and instead of Patrick only being in the bus, SpongeBob was there too, and Squidina missed the bus, so she heads on over and tries to find the bus schedule again, and we also see a line of these creatures that are in Rock Bottom getting the bus schedule, just like in the scene where SpongeBob was trying to get a bus schedule from this employee, and he got mad because none of the buses were going to come and the schedule was very rigged. So, but instead of that, we see this new gang of Rock Bottomers, and honestly, it's a pretty fun sequence. When Squidina spends time with these creatures in Rock Bottom, we see the guy that who was that guy, that red fish guy with the freaking light thing. I think he was the one that got SpongeBob back to the surface from Rock Bottom, I think. I have a good memory though, don't I? Anyways, Squidina spends time with them, doing a lot of pranks and stuff, even on Squidward, and yeah, that little sequence was pretty cute, and as always, Squidina gets held up by the freaking balloon, and then right before Squidina gets to the surface, SpongeBob and Patrick snatch her and gets her back to her regular timeline. And honestly, that sequence was pretty good. There was a lot of great moments with the Rock Bottomers, but now it's time for the rest of SpongeBob's family. Now, the next one is Grandpa, who was also on the Patrick Star Show, trapped in a Goo Lagoon, which is based on the episode Red Pants. So Grandpa appears when this guy eats the marshmallows, and with the scene where SpongeBob asks for the marshmallows so you could do that to replicate the weight thing to impress everybody. And when it gets to the competition, I'm not really sure if it was a competition, or I think it was in the original show. I'm trying to remember here. When SpongeBob does it, Grandpa was looking for some. Oh, actually no, not Grandpa. What? Why do I keep saying Grandpa? Mr. Star. I keep saying Grandpa the whole time. Grandpa is in the end of the episode. So, yeah. So, Mr. Star, Patrick's dad. I have to rephrase that. Gets to Goo Lagoon, and once SpongeBob is doing that weight thing like he did in the original episode, he interrupts him by trying to help him, trying to figure a new method of holding up the weight and such. He does this little same thing when he holds up the thing. And surprise, surprise, he ripped his pants, and everybody laughed. And instead of SpongeBob ripping his pants, he laughs at Mr. Star, who rips his pants, which is a good scene, I guess. And after that, and after the little frisbee thing where he rips his pants again, there is kind of this really weird scene when instead of like doing it like to everyone in the beach, he literally like here's the thing though. Mr. Star literally makes business out of ripping his pants. You know what I'm saying? Like first he made like a stage show ripping his pants, and then he freaking made a business of ripping his pants. Like he literally has like a tower, and he literally has a business. He has like a job and like a company and stuff. That's the word I'm looking for. A company. He literally made a company of ripping pants. That is honestly pretty funny. Really funny, because literally like in the original show, we don't really see like SpongeBob do that in this new episode though, which could be kind of funny if that concept existed. Have your own company based on ripping pants. That's kind of I mean, will he get bankrupt from like ripping his pants and making it his own company? Like that just sounds so wrong. It's just so funny at the same time. But yeah, after that sequence, he is taken back and goes back to his regular timeline. And then the next one is Patrick's mom, which I forgot her name. What was her name? I don't even know. I had to watch the episode again to find out. But anyways, Patrick's mom is located in this little museum thing that is from the episode Neptune's Spatula, I think it's Neptune's Spatula. And as usual, we see some original lines from the show, and it's the first time that they use the audio for like a few seconds, and then goes back to the new audio, which it's such a little thing, but like it only happens for 3 seconds, so I don't really mind it. But anyways, as SpongeBob is about to take out the spatula like it did in the original, Patrick's mom stops him, and she instead picks it up herself, and we see King Neptune fly down the clouds, and then we get just like in the original, he says like, "There's no way that you pulled out the spatula, like your lanky arms and stuff." I think that's what he says, just like in the original. But it wasn't SpongeBob this time. It was Patrick's mom, and he's pretty impressed. He's pretty impressed that she pulled out the spatula and likes her biceps. I think I don't know about you, but I think she's simple for her. I think she's simple for her because she has like great muscles. She's very strong. She got biceps and stuff. I don't really know, but yeah. Anyways, after that, instead of like a cooking, hold on, let me eat another hot dog. Okay, so after eating another hot dog, So after she gets up to the clouds, instead of this little cooking thing that SpongeBob did in the original, um, she heads over to Neptune's place where it's very rich. Everything is like gold. I'm not really sure if it's gold. I mean, it might be like an ancient color or something. I don't really know. But he has a very large room with a bed. He also has his trident, and he gives one to um Patrick's mom, and then she what she do next? She has this little sequence where she could do anything with the trident, and she stopped the little water she stopped the water from breaking in the wall, and for some reason she puts it back in, like I don't even know how. She also like cleans up the lava that was in the freaking volcano, and everybody's congratulating. Sorry guys, the recording cut off, but anyways, Patrick's mom cleaned up the whole entire city, and everybody's congratulating her. She's like, "Oh, you're my hero. Who needs this Triton guy, man? This, we need this body set of a woman in our nation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and King Neptune gets jealous because he's supposed to be the victor of the freaking planet. He's supposed to be the hero of everybody. And after that, King Neptune challenges Patrick's mom to a fighting contest, and they see who can defeat the big monster first that appears in the thing, and in order to win they have to fight this monster. And then right before the battle starts, SpongeBob and Patrick take Patrick's mom to the present day, and then after that scene finishes, and then she's back in her regular timeline, and then we get the final segment in this whole entire episode, and I think this is my favorite one out of all the sequences we've seen from older SpongeBob episodes. This is a one from the pilot episode Help Wanted, which Grandpat is trapped in. And I'm going to talk about the little thing later that everybody was waiting for. But anyways, alright, now it starts with SpongeBob again saying his old lines, and then Patrick saying his old lines spawned from the rock, and SpongeBob is saying like the finest eating establishment ever established, we're eating the Krusty Krab. And then after that we see that he's too late. Somebody has already been, hired, and for some reason Mr. Krabs, the old Mr. Krabs, knows Grandpa, which I don't really understand that, but anyways, so SpongeBob is sad because he was going to get the job that he wanted to get for a very long time, and he says he was ready in like 4 different sequences. And then after that we see this classic scene where the buses surround the Krusty Krab, and then Mr. Krabs smells something that is going out in the air, and something is coming into the Krusty Krab, and then he says, "Anchovies!" That's a classic, man. That is an absolute classic. Don't tell me that's the coolest thing that you ever saw right there. Oh boy. And then, as usual, they hide in the boat, and then they get tossed around by these meeps or anchovies. I normally call them meeps because they meep. And then President SpongeBob goes in the time machine and then gets the hydrodynamic spatula that classic SpongeBob needs, so you can get in the Krusty Krab and cook the Krabby Patties for the anchovies. And ladies and guys, I need to tell you this right now, okay? I'm going to tell you this right now. This is probably the best scene out of all of this, out of all the special, out of all of it. And it's new SpongeBob meets old SpongeBob. Finally, the fan arts came true. The fan fictions, man. Oh my goodness, this is probably one of the best scenes of SpongeBob, considering that this has been a long-running fanfic for like a very long time. If you search up on Google, you would see like tons and tons of like drawings of new SpongeBob meets old SpongeBob. This is so cool, and not only that, but SpongeBob and old SpongeBob says the classic lines that Patrick said to SpongeBob when he's motivating him to get to the Krusty Krab and cook the Krabby Patties. And, bro, now, honestly, I'm gonna just tell you this. I hope those fanfics stop, because they be dreaming for way too much, man. Even the weird stuff that fan artists and artiers, so-called, I guess, are making this a reality. But you know what? This is a good fanfic. If you guys have made fanfics out there of old SpongeBob makes new SpongeBob, great job. You have got Nickelodeon's attention. Hope you get hired though, soon. I promise you it'll be worth it. But yeah, after that cool scene, we see SpongeBob go to the Krusty Krab and cook the Krabby Patties with this hydrodynamic spatula, and then Plankton, when he's about to get the Krabby Patty, gets smashed down by the time machine, and then yeah, all's well ends well, and then the episode ends with this really funny little sequence when SpongeBob forgot Squidward's old mother, and she's like the king of ruler or something. I don't really know what she's the ruler of, but there's like several Squidwards there, and it's very random but very creative at the same time. And yeah, that's the whole entire episode, and honestly, I really enjoyed it. I'm surprised there are not much episodes where we get to explore like old past. Like we've probably seen it in like other shows, but this right here takes the cake. This is probably one of the best episodes from season 16 ever. First of all though, I would just like to say that I really love how they were able to like replicate the freaking art style to the original show. That makes the viewing experience more exciting, because if you have watched the other episodes of old SpongeBob and haven't watched them for a while, you would look at this TV, look at the old designs while watching the special, and be like, wow, spit. Jeez, I'm old. Like, bro, this was such a great episode. The references, the comedy, the slapstick, all of that, it was perfect. And especially that freaking SpongeBob meets old SpongeBob thing. That was, honestly, I was kind of dreaming that would happen too, honestly. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's the whole entire review, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think about the special. Do you think that it captures the old nostalgic comedy to the original, or do you think that it could have added a little bit more and go all out with it, or it just wasn't good enough? Let me know in the comments below, and thank y'all so much for watching. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And yeah, no money, no charge. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.